Hey guys, so I am back with a brand new video and I am very sorry for returning after almost 2 months. So yeah, the main reason why I was away because I was too lazy to finish any artwork and edit any video, so I am sorry about that, and I clearly know that laziness is not the key to success. But yeah, moving on. This artwork is entitled "The Wings I Bear." Now there is no specific concept that I had for this artwork in particular. I just drew this. Not exactly drew this. Like it's like one of those 2 a.m. ideas when you just can't sleep and you just think of things and this ran through my head. So yeah, so I decided to draw it. And the way I approached this piece was a bit different than the way I approach my regular pieces. And normally I would ink first, then color, but in this one I decided to do reverse, and I laid down the lighter tones first before laying down the line art. So yeah, the main problem that I had with this one was that I did the transfer sketch, which I traced using a light box, a makeshift light box on paper, that I traced it with colored pencil, so it was barely visible for me to see while painting, and it was even more difficult while doing the line art. So yeah, so after when the lighter layer was done, I decided to just uh, ink it and then move on with the coloring. And I'm very sorry about my head popping on here and there. And yeah, and with this one I decided to G things up a little bit and experiment with different angles of filming. So this is a new angled shot that I just found out. Not exactly found out, I tried out, and I must say I find this a lot more interesting. Like, I find watching videos with angled shots a lot more interesting. It is a bit more fun, I would say, but yeah. And with this one I decided to ink with a brush, which is a very bad decision because it killed my hand. But anyways, I am proud of this artwork and I like this a lot, except her face. Like, there is something between her nose and the lips, like the cupid's bow. It turned out very bad, but for the details of the hair I did bust out my Copic Multiliner, which I love. I mean, it's a good pen. I don't exactly love it. I like the microns a bit more, I would say. But yeah, it's a good pen to use. It's just a wee bit more expensive. So yeah, I think after this I will be switching on to microns completely, because Micron came out with a 0.03 fine liner. Yes. Because my main reason was going to Copics was that they had a 0.03 fine liner, but when my local art store got a Micron in 0.03, I was like, dang boy, I have to buy that. So yeah, and then I also used a lot of new materials with this artwork. I used new watercolors, and the watercolors that I use are the Sakura Koi Watercolors in their 24 pack. And now I must say I love them. These are absolutely gorgeous paints. They're just so nice and vibrant, and they work really well. And they do blend quite nicely, but I think any watercolor will blend if you know how to blend the paint. And yeah, and with this one my main approach was to slowly build up the layers, like slowly adding layers of those reds and those peaches and those browns and everything. And yeah, overall this was kind of a relaxing process, and it's not really visible right now, but she is actually standing in water. I did that to hide her lower body. And the initial idea was also surrounding her with some lotuses, but then I decided against that because I wasn't able to draw those roses rather nicely. But instead I surrounded her in the sky with these glowing butterflies, I would say, kind of insects that add a lot more dimension to the drawing. and a lot more interest, so I am very happy about that. And yeah, as for few updates, I was gone. My 11th grade will be starting from the 27th of June. Yeah, I don't like it, but yeah, I plan on pursuing a career in designing, mainly graphic design. So yeah, we'll see where this journey goes. And as for another update, I will be participating in a group show. Like, I take these classes and they have like a show of the students, showcase of students' work each year. So yeah, I will do a vlog of that, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, and it will be like a whole process of me, of what my idea was, how I came about it. So it will be like a 2 to 3 day span vlog. And yeah, so I kept on switching between those overhead and those angled shots, and I have to say that I really like the way the skin turned out in this artwork. It just looks very good, I would say, and a lot more naturalistic. But anyways, those lighting orbs kind of things were actually quite difficult to paint, because I wanted them to be in rather random and not in like a straight pattern, but the way I colored it looked rather straight, so I was not sure how I was about to make one look like it's a little bit front and the other one is back. So yeah, and painting the water was actually quite a challenge, because I haven't really painted a lot of water. The last time I painted water was in my cancer illustration, and that one turned out a lot more opaque and I did not like it as much, so I decided to go with a lot more transparent and watercolor like feel for this one. And it has so many layers of blues, greens, and dark blues and blacks and Payne's gray and whatnot. But yeah, it was overall a rather fun procedure. I really enjoyed, and I was afraid to do the wings in watercolor, considering I might mess up and spill paint on the skin, because I am a rather free-flowing watercolorist. Like, I just go with the strokes, and it can lead to some bad decisions at times. But anyways, so I did the wings in colored pencil, which you will see in the further parts of this video. But yeah, now I am like starting the second layer of the dark night sky. The first layer was those cerulean bluish, sky bluish blue orbs that are the glowing aura of those butterflies or insects, whatever. And the third layer was even comprised of even darker tones, with a lot more Payne's gray and a lot more black than the other one, so than the previous layer. So yeah, and when I added the oh my god, my mouth is hurting from speaking too much. But yeah, after adding the final darker layer of watercolor, it was too dark, it looked almost black. So to drive that darkness away, I got out my trusty old soft pastels and dusted them on like crazy, with having a combination of blues, blacks, and whites and whatnot. And I also added a bit of pinks and reds on her skin, obviously. But yeah, and I really do enjoy adding blush on the skin, to be frank. It's very satisfying to see that. And yeah, so I'm really sorry I was not able to film the complete part of this painting, like the background painting, and you will see my head popping in a bit, so sorry about that. And yeah, and I also taped my paper this time for a change, because I was going to use a lot of water. The background was going to have a lot more layers, and I didn't want the paper kind of becoming like a cylinder of something, so I decided to tape it. And I'm also using a new watercolor paper by Brustro. It is called the Brustro Watercolor paper in size 9 by 12 inches and cold pressed and 300 GSM. So yeah, And the one thing that I don't like about this paper is that it's too what will you call it, too rough for my liking. So yeah. And another thing that happened with this, so, yeah, and also in the further parts of this video you will see me use color pencils in the drawing process for the wings, as you might have known. And the original idea I had was to also use colored pencils for the hair as well, but I ended up using watercolors because, as I mentioned, the paper is a bit too rough, so the color pencils didn't show up that nicely. But I am really happy with this artwork. As I said, the only thing I don't like is the face. And yeah, I don't know what else to talk about right now, so I might come back later. Coming along, and you just saw me paint the hair with the watercolors. I kept it pretty natural. I did not add a lot of darker tones. I thought it looked good in that stage itself. And after that, I moved on to the highlights with my white ink and my dip pen. So the white ink that I am using is by the brand Rotring. It's a white ink, and I, frankly speaking, it's not as opaque as I would have liked it, but it does the job. And I also really regret putting that big line under her lower breast portion, under her nipple, whatever. And yeah, so as I said, I was painting water, so I did add a lot of white ink and highlights to the water, making it look like ripples and making it look a lot more natural. And also with those white butterfly orbs, I filled the butterfly with white, added stars around that, and yeah, that was pretty much it. And that is about it for the voiceover of this video. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate that, and a simple share and comment will greatly support my channel and the videos I make. That is about it. And before I leave, don't forget to click that red subscribe button down below and the bell button to join the notification squad. That is about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye bye.